Hey, today on Quest for Gear, we're going to unbox some Yamaha HS8s. So, this is after a couple years of researching what monitor I was going to get to replace my 20 plus years old M-Audio BX8As, which are nice, big, beefy, sort of flat monitors from 20 years ago, but they were value back in the day. They weren't the greatest thing back in the day. So I finally made the upgrade to the HS8s, which we'll talk about. First, we will go ahead and do the unboxing. Now, I'm just looking here. This is a weird... What the heck is this? Someone's lunch spill on my monitor, or did someone bleed on it? It's a very weird little orange-brown kind of a speck. The reason I slid this part out before I started filming is because it's difficult to work the camera and slide that out at the same time. So as you can see, nothing in the box left except for the manual, and then that HS8, its pair there. I've not done anything. I've not cut the box or anything. So yeah, I just figured sliding the styrofoam one out on the camera would not be that exciting. Comes with this brown box, which is just the big IEC cable, the big power cable, the big thick one. So set that aside. And that is really bizarre, that weird, disgusting orange, brown, weird, whatever that is, but whatever, it's just the box. All right. These are heavy. They're heavy for sure. And there's, what is this built up thing? Oh, it's the heat sink. Okay. All right. Kind of wasn't expecting that. No problem. All right. Let's try to see what we can do about this thing here. If you watch the channel, you know I got a neck injury right now, so I'm just trying to be careful. Haven't been posting a lot lately. Alrighty, looks like I got it the right way up too, because it says Yamaha the right way up here. We'll come to the back in a second. Let's get this thing undone. Very, very beautiful. I think these are made in Indonesia, and Yamaha is of course a Japanese company known for their motorcycles, guitars, pianos, snowmobiles, I think. Chainsaws, I think. Does Yamaha make chainsaws? Is there anything they don't make? But anyway, there it is. And it is, of course, made to look like the legendary Yamaha NS10s. The paper tissue speaker, which everybody knows, sounded bad. And the idea was they sound so true and neutral and bad that if you can make your mix and master sound good on a Yamaha NS10, well then it'll probably sound good anywhere. And these HS8s carry on that tradition. The Yamaha HS8 monitors. So, not much to be said. They're super heavy. How heavy? If I were to guess, whew, oh boy, geez, if I were to guess, 20 pounds. I'll put it in the description below. I'll actually look it up. They're quite heavy. They're bigger than my M-Audio BX8As. Unfortunately, I would have liked a smaller monitor. In fact, I have a set of HS5s. You see where my finger's pointing. HS5s on my other computer. And I like the size of those. They're a nice size, the HS5s, but there's no bass to them at all. You'd have to get the submixer. I don't want to mess with all that. So you want any kind of bass action in your monitor mixing, you got to come up to the HS8s. They also have an HS7. I don't know anything about that. Seemed like a weird to have a 7-inch speaker in your monitoring speaker. All right, let's flip this over and see what we got on the back. I'll just zoom the camera down here. Powered speaker system, model HS8. We've got the level everywhere from +4 to -10. I'll have to figure out where I should have that. It is notched. I love that. My M-Audio BX8As, they have a trim control like that. It's not notched, so you just have to really hope that your fingers got them somewhat equal, This has got the D-dent notch in it, which is great. I can feel it. There's 4. There's 10. There's minimum. So I'll have to do a little searching on my Apollo and see where I'm going to leave that. I'll probably leave it at +4, but it's got the 2 inputs, XLR and line, which is great. My M-Audio BX8A's got the 2 as well. It's got some room control down here, which does a little sort of compensation and correction. 0, -2 dB, and -4 dB of what? Oh, 500 hertz. There it is. That's the 500 hertz, your low mids there. 0, -2, and -4. So you can correct the 500 if you... I'll have to look into that and see. Do I need a little room correction? I got a little bit of sound treating down here, but not a lot. Mostly my mixing desk is like in the middle of the room. It's not off corners. So I'm mostly okay. I got a little bit of foam in that corner, and then I got Roxel. Those 1, 2, 3, 4 panels there full of Roxel. I have other Roxel safe and sound panels. You can see a couple behind the guitar. So I have a little bit of treatment down here, mostly to control the nuttiness of when we play live down here, so that our mics aren't feeding back and we can hear the bass and the kick and all that. You know, like, we have some treatment, but most of that treatment has to do with playing live down here. How in or out is my treatment in my mixing room? I don't super know, and I'm guessing you guys don't either. I mean, everyone goes, treat the room, you gotta treat the room. Well, we all know that, but nobody is an acoustician that's yelling, treat the room, you know what I mean? Like, it's very few people that actually know these things. That is why there are correction systems you can get. I have these, you can see I have these 2 frequency analyzers. I've got 1, 2, and I do have the flat mic, the very flat pencil mic to test. So I could do my own acoustician analytics if I want to, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my favorite CDs, and if they sound like they should, you know, put on the Beatles' White Album, put on a few CDs I really know, Abbey Road, maybe I'll put on David Bowie's Spiders from Mars, you know, put on some albums that I really know and play them through them, and if they sound right, guess what? It is right. I'm not gonna turn this into some Neil deGrasse Tyson frickin' pie in the sky thing where, you know, we don't actually know what's going on and what we can't see or detect, right? But anyway, there is a room control here. There's also a high trim at 2 kilohertz. I can go +2 or -2. I'm going to leave all that stuff to default. Big heavy heat sink back here, on-off buttons, which I just leave my monitors on forever. I mean, once I hit my power bar on my rack, my monitors come on and that's it. If the rack's on, the monitors are on. That's how I do it. So, yeah, the Yamaha HS8. Sure, I looked at the KRK, I looked at the Adams, and I looked at the, you guys threw out a bunch of suggestions. I looked at all kinds of monitors to do my replacements for my M-Audio BX8As. I looked at all kinds of different replacements. You know what? All my research, we all know research means all my Googling, just kept bringing me back to the Yamaha HS8s. And I had just decided, if I don't get these, I'm going to have FOMO, fear of missing out. No matter what I would have bought, different Adams, KRK, whatever, rocket this and rocket that, and no matter what I would have bought, I would have felt like I ripped myself off for not getting the Yamaha HS8s. They were $499 Canadian, so $1,000 for a set in Canada plus Canadian red tape and tax. And that's that. So we will see how they sound. I've not heard these yet. How could I have, you know? People say, oh, go to your local music store and set them up and listen to your mixes. That's bull crap, okay? You really think that I could have went into a Long and McQuaid and set up a pair of these and go, hey, gentlemen, can I leisurely have a cup of coffee and listen to some of my mixes? Mind if I hook my laptop up in my old sessions? That crap ain't gonna happen. That is internet fairy tale crap. You know, they're like, go on into your local music store and ask if you can hook up a pair of monitors and reference them yourself. Have yourself a jolly good old thing. Yeah, right. Do you know how hard it was to even find a pair of these in stock? This is one of the reasons I've waited 2 years. None of my local guys have these. I called my local guys in the summer. They're like, we won't see a pair till November. I'm like, okay, well, Amazon has them. I could grab them off Amazon. I could have did that. I don't know why I wanted to go to the store to get them. So I could have got them. But Long and McQuaid didn't get them until they didn't have them either. They just got them. So to call up and go, hey, is it okay if I come to your store, unbox your boxed speakers, bring all my equipment, hook it up, and casually sip chai tea and listen to my mixes? It ain't gonna happen. That is internet crap talk on the forums. Just like, treat your room, treat your room. Yeah, we know that, we all know you have to treat your room. But the guy yelling it in the forum has no idea how to do it or to even test to know that he did it. His dad is not Bob Katz. He did not grow up in a mastering engineer's house. You know what I mean? It's all internet forum crap talk, you know? Go on in and see if they'll let you audition the monitors. Huddy-ho! It's like, that ain't gonna happen. Come on. Not in Canada anyway. Not at these music stores. It ain't gonna happen. Not only that, how are you gonna get the kid, you know, if the Long and McQuaid was nice enough to set that scenario up for you, you're sitting down with your equipment in a Long and McQuaid, they unbox this crap for you, they hook it all up, you're like, here we go. You think you're going to get that Korean kid to stop plunking on the piano? You think you're going to get him to stop? You think you're going to get the redheaded kid over there on the drums to stop it? Long, bam, 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 bam. No, it ain't going to happen. Long and McQuaid is not your own personal little, your own little nook for testing a reference monitor. It's not going to happen. So what do? You buy them. If you don't like them, you return them. That's all you really can do. So yeah, how did I end up with the Yamaha HS8s? FOMO, fear of missing out, fear that if I didn't buy the HS8s that I would always regret it. So we will hook them up. We'll see if they're better. They probably are. Everybody knows the M-Audio BX88s were value monitors even back in the day. Hey, this is Quest for Gear. Like and subscribe if you want to, especially if you are that Korean kid plunking on the piano every time I go to Long and McQuaid, or that redhead kid on the drums. All right, thanks for watching.